Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. By using code SALT, you can get 20% off your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a Munkidori sweep. Munkidori, well, it's a little monkey. Now, this Pokemon is a poison and psychic type, and it has the abilities Toxic Chain and Frisk. Now, earlier on, I uploaded a Serendipity sweep, so this is going to be the second sweep for today, and this is the second of the Loyal 3. So the third one I'll be putting up on Friday. I just have to finish the edits off of that. So this Pokemon is a nice special attacker. It's got some good special attack and good speed. And I wanted to do something with the types of moves that it learns. So I noticed it got like Venoshock. And I also noticed it had Hex. I'm like, ooh, I might be able to do some cool, like, status kind of strategy going here. We're going to battle. This one is random battle. This against, I think that there was Joseph. And we have a Gliscor lead, so a direct kind of counter to my team. So I'm thinking about what I can do here. With Gliscor being the lead, I've got Toxic, Stealth Rock, Memento, and Mortal Spin. Mortal Spin was just there to poison any of the initial Pokemon as the lead, and the other ones is to put the toxic spikes down there and, you know, basically faint there. So Glisten's going to go for a knockoff there. The item I've got on this is Red Card, so what I do is the first Pokemon would damage me, and then they get forcibly swapped out, and then when they come back in, they'll be poisoned. But in this case, my item got knocked off, which wasn't really much of a bother anyway, because this Pokemon is going to poison itself. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So I'm going to go for Stealth Rock here. I was like, well, I don't really care if Glister actually faints me. It's probably going to have the Earthquake, because that's most Gliscor have that move. So that's the end of the Glimmora, which is fine. So that's going pretty well as planned there. Now we're going to go into Grimmsnarl. Now, this is my Parting Shot set with Frisk. I want to do something a little bit different than Prankster. So I've got Parting Shot, Taunt, Thunder Wave, and Swagger. So I was thinking, well, I couldn't just go for Taunt here. I was like, nah, just go for Parting Shot, drop its stats, and then swap in my Munkidori. So I'm going to have my Mental Herb. That was my item knocked off there, which is fine. And now I'm going to go for the Parting Shot, and we're going to swap in the small little monkey. Let's do this. All right, well, Garganacl was lucky I was running a Psyshock set there instead of Psychic. Otherwise, I would have been fainted. But I tried to do something a bit different. I tried to do like a mixed attacker and sort of come back to bite me there. This next battle, this is against, actually, I have no idea. But we got this Lucario and it was completely and utterly just destroying
all my setup Pokemon here. So I got one shot and I was like, maybe they might focus splish over Aura Sphere, and they didn't. I was like, okay, fair enough, doesn't really matter because it's only got status moves anyway. So that's 2 Pokemon down. Then I was thinking, well, I've got to go into Grimmsnarl here and maybe I can get a Paralyze off and then Parting Shot possibly. I know they're going to have Flash Cannon, and I know it's going to do a lot of damage, but this is like a really, really bulky set. So I've got max health on this, and it's going to go for its Flash Cannon Life Orb. Grimmsnarl just hangs on by a thread and gets off the Thunder Wave. Now, Lucario isn't going to be stopping there, people. It's also going to have another attacking move here to actually get rid of my Grimmsnarl, because I was going to go for Parting Shot, then they went for the Vacuum Wave, so it's time for the big monkey again. Alright, well I got shut down by Shadow Sneak. I sort of had a bit of an idea that was going to happen as soon as Sarah Lynch came onto the field, but you never know. Sometimes they don't have the priority. They have like different sort of builds there. So my next opponent here, we got a Carping lead, a totally legit Carping, and what I did is I Mortal Spinned it, and I actually poisoned it and set up the Stealth Rock, and then I got rid of their Stealth Rock, and then I got a red card, and in comes Dialga floating on a cloud, and now my Memento, wow, red lead is gonna faint, and it's time for the massive, muscular Munkidori. Alright, well we got the sweep there at the end, man. That was brutal. That Dialga let me set up way too much there. I could have probably set up another nasty plot, but I was kind of feeling a little bit bad for them in the end there. So here is my full Munkidori build here. It's a pretty standard sort of sweeping set, but we're using Venoshock and Psyshock and Hex. So Hex is going to double in base power when there's a status, which is really cool because it works with Venoshock. So Venoshock doubles in base power when the opponent is poisoned. So I thought I could make use of both of these moves. Say if a Steel type came in I'd at least have another move to hit them with, and then I could have Terra Ghost as well to get around extreme speed. Like you've seen that Arceus there at the end. That Arceus absolutely had extreme speed, you know that, so that definitely helped out a lot. The item I had this was Focus Sash, which allowed me to at least set up one Nasty Plot. It had the Frisk ability, which I felt was kind of handy, especially when you're doing a sweep. You can see if I've got a sash or, whatever item I've got there can be, pretty handy in those situations. And I've got EV Spread, Max Special Attack, and Max Speed, Timid Nature. Pretty straightforward sweeping set and pretty cool with Venoshock and Hex. Hope you enjoyed it, people. The last Law 3 will be on Friday. Peace out.